focus to another breaking news update coming in. Karnataka cabinet has decided to approve changes in the textbooks proposed by the education minister. So that's the latest coming in. Remember, the education minister, in an effort to prioritize the interest of students, as he said very recently, announced the revision of school textbooks. And he said this process will be undertaken this year itself. But the proposal was then presented to the cabinet for approval. Now, the cabinet, of course, went through what really was proposed by the education minister, the emphasis, the fulfilment of promises made in the party manifesto. All of that was discussed. Of course, the Congress government has been maintaining that the move aims to undo changes made to the textbooks during the previous government's tenure, as well as address concerns regarding the NEP. And now the cabinet has decided to approve changes in the textbook proposed by the education department. Imran joins us with the latest. Yes, Imran, over to you.
Textbooks revision had a quoted controversy. The BJP has been strongly opposing against it, as during the tenure many subjects were, especially the chapter on Tipu Sultan, was reduced, and introduction of Hegdewar's chapter and several other leaders who were ideologically important for the BJP were also added, and that was hue and cry Congress had made. And when as soon as the government came, they had said that they will review all these chapters, and especially the chapter on Hegdewar, the founder of the RSS. Now the cabinet has approved the review in the textbooks. In fact, just yesterday, the BJP had a meeting in their office with all their senior leadership over this issue. They had even gone to the governor to complain about the revision of textbooks, and now the cabinet has decided to review it, the textbooks, and they've approved the revision of what some of the activists and secular people had submitted a memorandum to the chief minister. Whether they'll be implemented this year or next year, that is an issue of debate as of right now. The government says that since the textbooks have already printed, it's the review. The changes in textbooks will likely happen next year. We have to wait and see whether the cabinet has decided to go also for that. But as of right now, the government has said they have accepted the recommendations of the committee. They're going to review the textbooks, and as the chapters especially introduced by the BJP, which they're claiming as
very interesting that you pointed out, Imran, the possibility of this taking place this year or next year, and how there is, not quite a clarity that one has over the same. But the education minister did say that they want to bring in these changes at the earliest. If these changes are brought in and the revision takes place this year alone, could it not lead to a lot of confusion? Because the education minister did say that all of these revisions will be introduced as supplementary material to ensure students are not burdened, but the teachers will be given guidance on what to teach and what not to. That could lead to a lot of confusion.
Well, absolutely, but the academic year has already started. It's been almost 15 days now since the academic career has started. The Congress government had said that they will probably, the overall complete review will likely happen only next year. But certain important chapters which they have objection to, like the history or the
so the books may not entirely be revised. There may be supplementary books or whatever chapters that may be perhaps given to the students, and the teachers may be asked to take the students through those very chapters and include them in the syllabus. All right, let's see how this plays out. Stay on with us, Imran. We have S. Prakash of the BJP also joining us on the phone line. So how do you look at this? The Karnataka cabinet has decided to approve the changes in textbooks proposed by the education department in the state.
No, they are playing with the future of the students. Just because the changes were made during the BJP regime, they are bent upon reversing it. The students who are all along studying it now have to study a different chapter. The education should not become pawn in the hands of the politician, whether it is right or the left. Education should be only to impart knowledge to the student. Very sad, Siddaramaiah government is going after many of the past decisions with the vengeance, which will not yield any positive result to the party in the coming days.
Well, don't you think, sir, the children are going to be caught in this crossfire because certain changes were brought in by the previous governments? Now, the Congress government, having taken over, wants to revise or rather bring in all of those changes. Where do the students go? What option does the student today have when it comes to these changes in syllabus is being made very often?
No, without applying their mind, without even going through the text which has been prescribed, they want to change it only on the ideological ground. But it is the student which should have been the paramount important. Now it is their own agenda has become an important. So student interest has taken a back seat. It is the students who are now victimized.
Much of it, sir, is of course to do with the Hegdewa's patriotism and chapters that are a part of the syllabus as we speak. The principal opposition is also coming into those very chapters.
No, Dr. Hedgewar was a freedom fighter. If by removing a chapter of a freedom fighter, they want to insult all the freedom fighters, they can go ahead and do it. The party which claims, which gave us the freedom in 1947, today are with they want to remove a chapter about a freedom fighter who was a part of Congress party. They should study the history, then take the call. But the minds around Siddaramaiah, who are leftist and so-called the traditionalists, are bent upon changing these chapters at the cost of the student future. Unfortunately, students have become pawns in the hands of Siddaramaiah and his cohorts.
All right. Thank you, Mr. S. Prakash, for speaking to us. We'll reconnect with Imran in just a bit. But yes, the Congress government has been maintaining that this is an effort to prioritize the interest of the students. Of course, the BJP previously in rule in Karnataka is of a different opinion. They are, of course, saying that all of this is being done for Congress's own ideological agendas. Now, as far as controversies around the same is concerned, remember, during the previous BJP regime, there were controversies surrounding textbooks, including accusations of saffronization, incorrect content on historical figures and factual errors. The Congress says it's vowed to now revise all of those changes that were brought in by the previous regime. The demand for the removal of certain chapters, especially including Hegdewa's speech, raised concerns about portrayal of key figures in history and literature. Initially refuted, some allegations, of course, were subsequently addressed through rectifications to ensure accuracy and also respect for renowned personalities. But the Congress is in no mood to relent. It's, of course, saying that all of these decisions have been taken keeping in mind the students' education curriculum. That's what they say. And now in the latest, the cabinet has also approved all of these changes in the textbook proposal, which was earlier brought in by the education department. Let's see how this controversy plays out. We're expecting a lot of political reactions on the same. Heading to a quick break for now. We'll be right back with more news and updates. Stay tuned to Times Now.